And welcome back to WKYT Mornings. We have talked about this all morning. WKYT is teaming up with the Salvation Army to raise money for tornado victims.
100% of your donations will go to survivors in hard-hit communities. And joining us this morning to tell us more about this initiative is Major William Garrett from the Salvation Army. Major Garrett, good to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Good morning. Thank you for thinking of us and supporting us in this way.
Well, you all always step up in big ways. What are some of the biggest needs that you're seeing right now?
Right now, anytime after any disaster, there's always there's very quickly changing needs coming through. One of the big things right now is just making sure, for one, shelters have been coordinated. Now it's a matter of making sure that people continue to be fed, that information gets shared between what's happening as far as the actual recovery work and families receiving counseling. Obviously, we're getting very close to Christmas, so people have things like that on their mind. So, and then as far as the workers themselves, they're out there, and they also need support as well. So making sure that they're fed, they're taken care of, and often seeing some things that they'd rather not see. Just seeing houses turned down, much less if you actually come across a victim of the tornado. That's a lot on both sides. So now, making sure that they receive that support.
And Major, you're talking about immediate needs right now, but what about some of those long-term goals for you guys, some of those long-term recovery efforts?
Long-term recovery efforts always come down to a couple things. For the viewers, just to remember, what does it take? Sometimes the life in the community is not going to go back to the way things were. Whether businesses come back, whether the employment that you were expecting is still there, especially if it wasn't a local business. But to know, is there something else that I can move to once we do get things going again? As far as housing, sometimes people do need to relocate. Housing isn't always going to come back quickly, especially we've seen the pictures of Mayfield, where you've got large parts of the town that are just gone. So helping people to work those things out and make sure that down the road, the counseling, the possible job training, and other things that are happening, and just taking care of basic needs until people are able to find the stability they need to get back on their feet.
And you mentioned a lot of people thinking about Christmas right now. And we know that you do a lot of holiday drives, the Salvation doing a lot of work during the holidays. So how do people make sure that the money is being donated straight to tornado relief? And obviously either cause is a good one, but I think these people have these immediate needs. So is that something that you all are making sure the funds are allocated to?
Right. So you need to understand. So if you go to helpsalvationarmy.org online, or to 1-800-SAL-ARMY, SALARMY, and just designate your donation toward Kentucky tornado relief, those funds are specifically for the disaster. Those will not be used at your local Salvation Army. I think that's also why it's important to remember, don't forget about your local Salvation Army and the work being done in your immediate community, but those funds stay with the disaster relief that go towards Kentucky tornado.
All right, Major, we appreciate you talking with us this morning. Be sure to text HL Tornado to 51555, and you can make that monetary donation right there to the Salvation Army.
And we have all of this information on WKYT.com. Major Garrett, thank you so much.